Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. I'm Nick Park, and I was sharing yesterday about how last week I was in Albania, and I was in the city of Durrës, the place where Albania was declared to be the world's first ever officially atheist state in 1967, but where Christian ministry is continuing today. And I was there for the European Religious Liberty Forum, a meeting of individuals and organizations that are committed to defending the freedom of religion across Europe. Now, we had many different people from different countries, lawyers and ministers and missionaries and lobbyists and different kinds of people sharing in the different sessions. And there was a young lady from Greece that was sharing. And she made a wonderful point at the end of her presentation, which is about the Greek word for idiot. Apparently, the Greek word for idiot is blakas, and it literally means being on your own or being a private person. And she went on to say this. She said, so if the Greek word for idiot is to be on your own, that's why we need one another. Because together, not only are we stronger, but together we are wiser. We avoid being idiots. Now, I had to laugh at that because I am quite a private person. Most people don't realize it. You know, they see me on videos, they hear me on radio, whatever. I'm always talking. I'm always sharing stuff and everything else. But actually, I prefer, if I want to relax, I prefer to just sit quietly in a corner with a book. I'm not somebody who thrives on having loads of people all around me and loads of activity going on around. I'm quite a private person. But I know that I can't afford to stay on my own. I need other people. And if I cut myself off from other people and don't learn from them and don't interact with them, then I'm being an idiot. Because we need one another. And that's true of all of us, and it's true of the Christian gospel. It's true of being in the church as well. You know, sometimes there are people who cut themselves off from the church. They claim to be Christians, but they don't meet with one another. They forsake the assembling of ourselves together. And what I've observed is that very often people who practice this, people who don't fellowship with others in the church, end up doing and saying some of the strangest and stupidest things, because that's really not got anyone alongside them that can say, hang on a minute, that's not what that means, or hang on, would you cop onto yourself for a moment, because we need one another. And that's one of the reasons why whenever the church was developing its early beliefs, and they formed something called the Apostles' Creed. And there in the Apostles' Creed, they said they believe in the communion of the saints, which is that's not saying we should pray to the saints. That's not what it means at all. But it means that we're part of one church with other people, and we're there to keep each other on the right track. We believe in the church. And if we neglect the doctrine of the church, it's going to harm us just as much as if we neglect the doctrine of the death of Christ, the doctrine of salvation, or the doctrine of God's person, and the doctrine of the Trinity. These are all important, but the doctrine of the church is important as well. And I've come to realize more and more over the years that I need God. I need Him every hour, but I need the church as well. I need other people around with me, helping me become a better and a wiser person. And if I don't have other people around me, and if I cut myself off from other people, then I'm blakas. I'm a private person. I'm on my own, or as a better Greek translation, I'm an idiot. Let's determine not to be idiots, and let's acknowledge that we need one another and can learn from one another. God bless you in Jesus' name. Thank you for joining us for this Take 5. Join us again next time for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.